Joy Behar.
Yes.
Gonna leave The View.
Well, first of all, it takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently frequently liked President Trump to Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay, you were fired from The View. I think we all were. Like, you.
I mean, duh, everybody gets.
Hello, and welcome to quite a monumental day here on The View. After 16 seasons, a monument is leaving.
The View is in full-blown panic mode, and trust me, there's a good reason for it. Karoline Leavitt, sharp, fearless, and completely unapologetic, just dropped a legal nuke so devastating that ABC execs are scrambling like headless chickens. And here's the craziest part. She didn't even have to step foot in the studio to send shockwaves through the network. After Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin went on one of their signature unhinged rants, Karoline fired back with a response so lethal, it shattered their entire narrative. She didn't just respond, she obliterated them. The backlash was instant and brutal. Rumors are already swirling that ABC is desperately trying to silence Karoline before this situation spirals even further out of control. But here's the cold, hard truth. It's way too late for damage control. So what did Karoline say that sent Whoopi Goldberg into a total meltdown? Buckle up, because this is about to get messy. Before we jump in, if you enjoy watching our videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It's totally free for you, but it means the world to us.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you.
Joy Behar visibly rattled, stumbling for words. Sunny Hostin? Utterly speechless. A moment so rare, it might as well be a solar eclipse. The entire network is in chaos, scrambling to clean up the wreckage from a battle they never saw coming. Let's break it down. The View made a colossal mistake. They thought they could go after Karoline Leavitt and just walk away unscathed. Wrong. Dead wrong. During a train wreck of an episode, the host unleashed a full-scale attack on Karoline, not because of her intelligence, experience, or political savvy, but because she's a young, successful, unapologetic conservative. Joy Behar, oozing arrogance, claimed Karoline's success had nothing to do with her abilities. Instead, she suggested Karoline's career was handed to her because she's a 10 in Trump's eyes.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Whoopi Goldberg, never one to let facts get in the way of her rants, threw out the ridiculous claim that Karoline only has a job because of the woke culture she supposedly hates so much. The audacity, the hypocrisy. They tried to tear her down, reduce her to a political prop, and belittle her achievements. But they never expected Karoline to fire back with a response so lethal, it shattered their entire game plan. And as expected, Sunny Hostin couldn't resist pulling the race card, but Karoline wasn't about to let that cheap distraction take over the conversation. Instead of bowing to the mob, she went straight for the jugular. She didn't just clap back, she annihilated them.
In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you-know-who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more the same of, everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you!
Her explosive response ripped the mask off The View, exposing them as bitter, out-of-touch elites who pretend to uplift women, but only if those women parrot their ideology. She obliterated Joy Behar, calling her the walking definition of modern feminism's hypocrisy, a movement that claims to empower women but mercilessly tears down any woman who dares to think differently. The hypocrisy was deafening. Whoopi's claim that Karoline wouldn't have a job without wokeness? Karoline laughed that straight out of the room, pointing out that The View's entire panel is stacked with unqualified DEI hires. And as for Sunny Hostin, the irony of her lecturing anyone on privilege was almost too absurd to process.
Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we f***ed and bust our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
Then came the final brutal truth bomb. Karoline exposed The View for what it truly is. Not a show for strong women, but a platform for obedient women. She made it crystal clear. I refuse to play their game. And just like that, the internet exploded. Her scorched earth takedown went mega viral, trending across Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube within minutes. Hashtags like None Cancel The View and Karoline Owns The View flooded social media as people rallied behind her. What was meant to be a hit job on Karoline had catastrophically backfired, turning into the biggest PR disaster in The View's history. Now, ABC is spiraling into full-blown damage control mode. Leaked reports reveal that executives are furious over how this snowballed into an uncontrollable nightmare. Once the uncontested giant of daytime TV, The View is now flailing in uncharted waters, battling a storm that just keeps getting worse. And the worst part for ABC, some executives are reportedly questioning whether Whoopi and Joy are now liabilities rather than assets. Sponsors are pulling away, terrified of being dragged into the wreckage. Behind closed doors, ABC is begging Karoline to drop her lawsuit, hoping to put out the fire before it engulfs the entire network. But here's the thing. The fire is already burning, and it's not stopping anytime soon.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
This is the first time that she's been she may be. But my point is that job would not maybe have been open to her.
No, I understand. I just wanted to clarify that.
Watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th, when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million.
The rumors are swirling, and the whispers inside ABC are getting louder by the second. Has The View become more of a liability than an asset? Behind closed doors, top executives are panicking, with some even admitting that Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg might be dragging the show down instead of propping it up. And now, the sponsors are bailing. Companies that once eagerly threw their money behind The View are now distancing themselves as the show's reputation crashes and burns. They're terrified of being tied to the chaos, afraid of getting caught in the crossfire. But here's where things get even worse for ABC. Karoline Leavitt's lawsuit is looming over them like a guillotine, and the network is scrambling to stop the bleeding. Leaked reports reveal that ABC is practically begging Karoline to back down before this situation spirals into a total catastrophe.
You would think, ABC having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit.
But the damage, it's already done. The real shockwave, The View's own audience is turning against them. The same viewers who once blindly defended the show are now calling them out for their hypocrisy. One comment that's racking up thousands of shares says it all. The View claims to empower women, but the second a woman thinks for herself, they tear her down. Karoline Leavitt just exposed them for the frauds they are. And just when you think things couldn't get worse for The View, they do. This isn't just a controversy. This isn't a one-day scandal that they can just sweep under the rug. This is the beginning of an all-out storm, and it's only gaining strength. They thought they could smear Karoline and move on like nothing happened, but they never expected this to backfire so spectacularly. What started as a petty, mean-spirited attack has now turned into the biggest PR disaster in The View's history. And Karoline, she just scored the biggest victory of her career. ABC is in full-blown crisis mode, and leaked memos reveal that producers are furious at how this completely spiraled out of control. The View, once the undisputed queen of daytime TV, is now a show under siege, its reputation in free fall. Executives are shaken, sponsors are jumping ship, and the network is desperate to contain the fallout. But the problem? It's too late. The floodgates are open, and The View is drowning in its own hypocrisy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are we watching The View implode in real time? And if you want more hard-hitting, no-nonsense breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because trust me, this battle is just getting started.